Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Marky, and today I'm going to show you where all of the shrines are in the, I think it's pronounced Pikida or Pikida Stonegrove Region in Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. There are 7 shrines and there's no particular order. So the first shrine is located here. It's over close to the Forgotten Temple. What you're gonna do is fast travel to that shrine and then make your way over to the Forgotten Temple region. There is an opening on the side to get inside. This is also where one of the quests is located, where you need to meet up with Lady Impa. It is a continuation of the teardrops and the glyphs. So once you make it inside, you'll just keep heading to the back of the temple and you'll eventually hit a wall. You can ascend up on top of these pillars and there should be another opening once you get up there. And just ascend like I am here. And once you get into this area, you'll see the shrine in the distance. Head over there and go inside. This shrine is called Building Blocks. The goal of this is to make a cube out of the extra blocks that they have on the side. And this is how I completed it, by just flipping this and placing that one there, and then flipping the next one and placing it there. In this next area, there is an enemy, so you can just attack him. Be careful because he's going to pick up that flame emitter. Once you are done with him, you'll enter the room with the next set or the next puzzle. There's also a treasure chest in here. And you just need to kind of make some type of stairs leading up to this ledge. And this is my creation. It doesn't have to be perfect. It works as long as you can stair step up. So as you can see, this isn't quite perfect. You can probably do a much better build. But if you're just needing an idea, that's what I did. Now this puzzle or this cube is a little bit harder to solve. So you're gonna take the L. Well, it's not really quite an L shape because it's got that edge. It's like a funky L. An L with an extra cube on the side of it. And place it there on the corner. And then you'll grab this T-like shape. I need to look up these shapes. We'll just call it a T. And place it right in the corner. And then this next L, well, this actual L shaped, just place it right there. And that solves this shrine. You will just activate the shrine and get the light blessing and move on to the next one. The next shrine is located here. So fast travel to the Pikida Stonegrove Skyview Tower, go inside of the tower and leap out, and then make your way over to the little islands that are not too far off into the distance, and come over to where these cube zoni devices, whatever these cube devices are, and attach the fans. And there is also that steering or that control that you can use. Just make your way across like so, over until you get to the platform that has the wheel in the middle and I want to call it a plunger. It's not a plunger. The object that shoots you out into the air, and you'll see the shrine. Well, you'll not see the actual shrine itself. You'll see the outline of the shrine. And once you get close, you'll be able to activate it, and it's going to ask you to go grab a crystal. So if you've never done these before, you have to follow the beam to find the crystal. So come to the middle of this little island and turn this wheel to make, we'll call it a thing, shoot you across into the island that's off into the distance. You can explore this island a little bit, but once you're done, you'll come over to the side with this other device, the cube device, and then you'll see below that there's a ledge. Just cut the vines and grab whatever you would like in here, but mainly you need to grab the crystal and the fans and the control. I just connect them all together in a big clump, so it's easier to take it to my cube. Now I place the battery and the stone and the fans on, and this is the way I decided to place the fans because I need to go upward. And I don't have a lot of battery right now. I haven't done much in the depths at this point. So I think I only have one extra notch on my battery. So it does take a minute. You have to stop and let your battery refill on these devices. And once you get pretty level with the island, you can take your cube and move your fan so that you'll go straight over to the previous island that you were on, the one with the shrine on it. And once you get over there, stop the controls just a little bit before you make it to the middle of the island. Now this part's a little tricky because you don't want it to fall on top of the thing that's shooting, because then it'll of course shoot the crystal, but it will also bounce when it hits the ground. So you're going to try to make it as close to the middle as possible and try to make sure it's as close to the actual platform itself or the island. So you'll just use your controls just to get it as close as you possibly can to the middle and to the platform, and just carry it over to the shrine. And once you get inside the shrine, there's nothing to solve because the main puzzle was to grab this crystal. So whenever you go in, there's not going to be anything to solve. You'll just grab the chest and activate the shrine itself to get the light blessing. The next shrine is located here. So from where you are, you're gonna come over to where you can get the devices and then make your way to this platform. You need to come in from the top because the platform, or I guess the ledge that it's on, is the sides are covered in ice, so you won't be able to climb it. So you'll need to come from the top. Once inside of here, it's called Mallet Smash. It's not too difficult. The second puzzle was a little bit more difficult for me to get. So you just grab the log that's in here and I attach it to the rocket. And then attach it to this cube that's on the wall. Make sure it's kind of in the middle-ish, and then hit the rocket and it'll shoot across and hit the target. Now this next area is a little bit more difficult. There's probably a better way to do it, but this is the way I did it. Grab the rocket. You're just gonna put it on your shield. I don't know if this is the actual way to solve it, but this is the easiest way. Put it on your shield so that you can get the chest behind you. Just activate your shield and you'll shoot up with that rocket. Use your glider to make sure that you can land on that platform. It's a pretty decent bow for if you're early on in the game. And once you're done with that, this is the way that I solved it. So you're gonna grab the big log, place it right here on the edge of one of the gears, I guess, or just somewhere like that. And then I just place this extra piece right there, straight across. And then attach the rocket and you'll shoot the rocket to launch. And this worked for me. I don't know if that's correct, but it worked. Once you're done, you can leave and get the light blessing. The next shrine that we're going to is not very far. It's inside of the labyrinth, so I'm gonna kind of help you solve it. I'm doing it the lazy way. I'm not. I know for a fact that there's some gloom hands in here. I made the mistake the first play through to go in there and I died very quickly. But I'm scaling the wall to get to the top because I don't want to deal with the gloom hands. I don't like them. Make your way over to one of the corners of the labyrinth where you find like the Korok, that windmill. You can do the Korok if you want to before moving on. Now just kind of make your way back behind you and you'll see this hole right here in the wall. This is just a chest. But I went ahead and grabbed it anyways and put it here just to keep you in line of where I am in the labyrinth. Now ascend up to the top and we're looking for another hole that's not far away. That's on the side, kind of like where that chest was. So just look and you'll see a cutout closer to the ground. As you can see, it's right there, so you can fall. and make your way on the ledge. If you go underneath those stairs, there's another chest. I forgot what's in it, but make your way up the stairs, and this is how you get to this shrine. I think to solve these you have to follow the pine cones, but who does that? Not me, not when there's gloom hands. Melt this ice in front of it. You can place some wood and flint and hit it and it'll make a fire, or you can use, if you have a device, you can use it if it's a flame emitting device. And once you come in, there's nothing to solve. It's an easy shrine. You just grab your chest and your light blessing and you're on your way. The next shrine that we're going to is the one over by the stables. So fast travel to the shrine in the sky that we've already done and just glide over to it. This one is Courage to Fall. So you'll notice that there's a dip into the ground where you can place a ball. Make your way off to the left. Obviously be careful because there's an enemy that just hit me. You can finish him off and then continue making your way forward. And I ascended up onto that platform right there. You'll climb the ladder. And then crouch down and go inside of that hole. I'm just looking for a chest right now, but there's not any that I found over there. So once inside here, I'm gonna glide over to the left because there's a chest, but there's an enemy in front of the chest. But I don't want to fight the enemy right there because there's really no point. So I just glide over here. And then there's an enemy right here in front of the chest. I was able to fight this enemy without alerting the other one. Whatever's easier for you if you want to take care of both of them or just the one and grab the chest. There are 5 arrows, so if it's worth it to you, you can grab it. If not, move on. So to move on, you're going to climb these stairs. Ascend up. And continue forward. In this room, there's a couple of enemies. It's probably easier just to go ahead and get rid of them or take care of them. They're not too difficult. Once you are done with that and collecting anything they drop, you're gonna head behind this area where you can see the ball. Go ahead and you are going to go in front of the beams to make the floor collapse. Now here, don't hit any of these beams. You're gonna make your way across. Just time it correctly. It's super simple to get through. You'll ascend up to get the chest. And that's the small key that you need to get the ball. Now, if you do hit the beams, you will fall and take damage. You can do is ascend up to get back up on this platform or the top level where the ball is. Now go over around to the green door and open it with your small key. Grab the ball. And then you're gonna make your way back over where I was fighting the enemies, or where these floating platforms are. Climb on top of the platform and make your way back up to the top. And place the ball inside of this hole. This will open this gate where a airplane is. Go ahead and grab the airplane and grab your ball. Place your ball on to the plane and attach it so it doesn't fall off, and hit the fans to glide over. I kind of get up on the nose of the plane because you're going to want to start making your way down. If you want, you can turn off that plane and then grab your ball and place it into the original hole you saw when you first came into the shrine. And that is the end of that shrine. You will just activate and get the light blessing. The next shrine we're going to is inside of a cave. So we're going to this cave right there. Fast travel over to your Skyview Tower and shoot out of it and glide over to the area on the map where I showed you where the cave is. You'll also know that you're in the correct spot because there is one of those rabbits, the glowing rabbits. That's going to lead you to the cave. So once you get closer to the ground, you'll see the glowing rabbit. Make your way over to the rabbit so that it can show you where to go if you're having difficulties. Also, it's a little trick if you want to know, you can shoot the rabbit and get some gems. Now inside here, you'll go to the right. I would say don't defeat the like. Don't defeat it so that it can continue to make ice. If you don't have any fans, you'll have to use the ice that he's making to slowly make your way, make a platform across. This is what I did, was just make a small little ice boat. Move the fan so that I can go this direction and make my way over to this side of the water and into the shrine. this is one of those proving ground shrines, and it's full of enemies, and you don't have any of your items when you come in here. This is the best way that I found to defeat these enemies. You can also, if you're having a lot of difficulties with these, I would suggest saving these when you have more hearts. I don't have very many hearts, but I had enough to make it through this. And I utilize these fire fruits to burn the ground where that enemy is. It's really easy to defeat him if you have him on top of the leaves when you shoot it. Now he's got a pretty strong weapon, so try not to get hit with him. Just back off and use your arrows. Try to aim for his eye, of course. Now this construct, he's got a lot of life and he's a little bit harder to defeat. If you need some arrows, let him shoot at you, but dodge so you can grab some. Try to fight him at a distance if possible. When he's got a couple of moves. That one where he starts kind of leaning back, he's about to charge at you. Just dodge those attacks. Pay attention to his movements because it will tell you what attack he's about to do. And when he goes up into the air, he's going to stomp the ground. But that's a perfect time to attack him with a weapon because his weapon gets stuck in the ground. So you can hit him a couple of times. Don't overdo it. And if you do it correctly and you have that weapon, then he doesn't take too many hits with that spike ball from the other enemy. There's a few more, or there's at least one more up at the top. So climb up this and ascend up. He's an easy one to defeat, so you shouldn't have too much difficulty. A couple of hits and he's good. Oh, there's two more. He's also easy. And that should be it for this shrine. Once you're done, you can go around collecting a few things. Something to add that I didn't realize until after I was done with it was that you can get this electric emitter and you can put it on one of your weapons, and that's probably going to deal a lot of damage. You can also use or turn this contraption on to have some wind to float up, I guess. I don't know if that's easy. That might be easier if you have a difficult time aiming. You can use that to glide down and then use your bow to do the slow motion aim. But once you're done, you just go grab the light blessing in the chest. And the next shrine that we're going to go to is this one. It is pretty difficult to get to. So this is the best way that I found. And yes, it takes a lot of time. You can probably do this better. So I have one fan that's underneath that's shooting or making my platform go up. And then I have one that goes straight. Now, if you can, I would get some rockets. You can, I have to find which machines give out rockets. But I've attached 2 rockets and then hit that so that I can be a little bit further up. If you want, you can do some more rockets, but this was sufficient enough. So just keep positioning your fan, letting your battery recharge, and make your way over to this front of the labyrinth where the shrine is. At some point, you're going to kind of go out of bounds for your cube and it'll start glowing or flashing. Once that happens, go ahead and jump off and glide over. You should be high enough to have no problem to get over here. And you shouldn't even have to use any stamina meals to make it over there. This shrine is gravity and velocity. The first time I played it, it was an easy shrine. I had no difficulty. Second time I played it, I spent so long trying to get the timing right on shooting this ball across to hit the target up in the air. To get the chest, what I did is I went ahead and turned gravity, I would say gravity off. We'll just call it gravity off. Gravity is still on, but you're more floaty. Oh, and make sure you're on top of this. If you stand on the little platform, it doesn't shoot you as far as you need to be, or it doesn't shoot you out. So once you get shot across, open this chest. And then make your way back to the middle platform, because this is all about timing. You want that to shoot it. You want it to shoot at the appropriate time, so you need it to shoot right when the gravity is on, but immediately once it hits it, you need to hit the switch again to turn the gravity off to time it correctly. That was the moment that I was able to get it timed correctly and it shot across. It is a lot of trial and error on that to get the timing right. Of course, go over to that other, we'll call it a platform, and have it shoot you across. Now, I missed my timing on this, but you're gonna make your way over to this other switch to turn the gravity on and off. Keep the gravity off, and then once this ball shoots across, you'll turn gravity back on right when the ball is over the cage, so it will fall down into the cage and fall and hit the switch. And that's that shrine. It looks simple, but it definitely can be time consuming and take a lot of effort. Activate the shrine and grab your light blessing. And that is all 7 of the shrines in this region. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up. If you want to see more videos from me, please hit the subscribe button and leave me a comment down below if you have any questions or if you want to ask me anything. And I'll see you next time. Bye!